Hi everyone, Anthony Tano here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review of this new album from 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne. Welcome to Collegrove. New LP from 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne, two wild, funny, talented, eclectic Southern artists with decades of experience between the both of them, coming together for an entire album worth of material, for the second time now, mind you, because this thing is technically the sequel to the 2016 2 Chainz record Collegrove, which was originally supposed to be a collab album with Lil Wayne, kind of a double headline situation, but I guess because of some label issues, that wasn't able to be the case, so it just sort of ended up being on the books anyway, just like kind of front to back Lil Wayne features on the album. Still, that is pretty much what set the stage for this new project over here, which is officially a collab album, and a much bigger one at that, with 21 tracks, multiple skits or scenes, some pretty big features here and there. Overall, it's a bigger display. But even if it is a bit bigger in scope, I didn't exactly go into this with the highest of hopes, especially since the last Collegrove album didn't exactly go down as one of the stronger points in 2 Chainz' discography. So I wonder what doing this twice effectively will do. Also consider the fact that it's been years since 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne have respectively come out with certifiably great albums. So can these old dogs pull off some new tricks or keep it mildly interesting? The answer, to put it bluntly, is sorta, kinda, here and there. The record certainly doesn't start strong, I'll say that, with G6, where sure, Wayne and Titty Boy do bring some very over-the-top flows and performances, but beyond that, I wouldn't say the lyricism is anything more than just like average for both of them. Plus, it's not really a cohesive song. It sort of feels like each dude here is kind of giving their own freestyle over a different beat, and then it's just kind of meeting in the middle with a beat switch. Meanwhile, Big Diamonds comes across unintentionally goofy with this bargain bin beat that sounds way too shoddy for a project of this magnitude. Plus, there's one point where 2 Chainz is bringing this hyper-aggressive, growled, almost like Cookie Monster delivery that I'm not sure works for him entirely. The whole thing feels like a few shades away from a Lonely Island song, even with someone as cold-blooded as 21 Savage being in the mix. The track Pressure has these cute little whistle loops laced throughout the instrumental that are cool. It's a very quirky cut on first listen, but it doesn't really have like a B part to match the A part and kind of keep things exciting as we transition from verse to verse. In fact, it just kind of stagnates after a while, even if Lil Wayne is bringing some pretty funny bars here and there. Because even if his improvisational wit is still there, a lot of his performance feels kind of rambly and a little half-hearted. And this is just the first leg of the project with these not terrible but also not so great tracks. This record is really just like not bringing the firepower you would hope it would out of the gate, given that it is two pretty big names. You would hope that Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz would either push each other to do better or would just like kind of enhance each other's goofy side and you know, just kind of lead to tracks where they're sort of letting loose and just kind of doing random whatever. But instead it just feels like they're kind of phoning it in, and you know, whatever slack one is dropping, the other one's sort of picking it up. And look, it's not like the record miraculously gets better as you go deeper into it. We have more cheap production on Millions from Now. Crazy Thick, though, is an unabashed banger. However, it is kind of balanced out with some weak slow jams, such as Transparency with Usher, and then also Significant Other, which sounds way too damn dramatic considering the lack of substance going on in the lyrics. 2 Chainz is clearly trying to pull together some kind of like dope boy ode, but it's falling flat. Then after that, there's a really random glitzy beat switch over which Lil Wayne gives this a very rambly, auto-tuned performance that is in total contrast to everything to come before it. It just feels kind of tacked on and extra. There's a few more bops deeper into the record. PPA, or Pretty Pussy Award, which has a great beat and some hilariously raunchy and flirty bars. A track with these lyrics just kind of feels like classic 2 Chainz all the way, like really kind of throwing it back to, she had a big booty, so I called her Big Booty. For whatever reason, him and Lil Wayne sound super awake on this track. Maybe it's just the topic that has them going crazy. There's also OPRAH and GAYLE, which has a lot of self-affirming, impassioned bars, plus a great Benny the Butcher feature, who of course brings some of the most clever wordplay on the entire track and even pens the damn title of the thing. Shame has this awesome and rugged ODB and Wu-Tang interpolation that actually goes over way better than expected. And sadly, these three tracks are like the strongest run of songs on the entire record. Sucks the momentum doesn't go further from here, but yeah, we don't so much get another bop with the bright, sugary bars, which I think is kind of an attempt at, you know, an epic cut where on the chorus 2 Chainz says that he has a disease called bars, and with lyrics like captivative and creative potato head turn him into mashed potatoes. Yeah, I think Lil Wayne is the only one who caught the bars disease. The last leg of this thing is kind of a barren wasteland. Whether you're talking about terrible choruses like What's a Gorilla to Godzilla or Crown Snatcher also sounding like one of the more low budget tracks on the entire thing. Plus there's this 2 Chainz line, most of these rappers get a sex change when they get too rich. What's the research on that? I think that's unfounded. The song Can't Believe You sounds like the most stereotypical Rick Ross song ever. It's more of a Rick song than it is a 2 Chainz and Wayne song. Then the buttery closer isn't exactly like a, you know, stellar way to close up shop. For the most part with this track list, even if it is dense and some of the songs do feel kind of big, for the most part it's just like picking over bruised fruit. Sifting through this thing to find tracks that are actually great from front to back, cohesive, memorable, lyrically sound, and have a decent hook or song structure. It's like trying to find a good record in like the dollar bin at Goodwill. There might be a few bangers in there if you dig deep enough, but for the most part, it's a struggle. I'm feeling a strong 3 on this one, unfortunately. Transition, have you given this album a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best, you're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe and please don't cry. Hit the bell as well. Over here next to my head, it's another video you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, 2 Chainz, Lil Wayne, forever.